Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Portland Trail Blazers up against the Miami Heat. For Miami, coming into tonight, a couple of goals they have. Stay aggressive on both ends, but also play with efficiency. It's a delicate balance, but they know it's the key to playing their best ball. You know who I'm looking forward to watching tonight?
I would not know.
How about C.J. McCollum?
Okay.
Low-rated high school recruit. Comes out of a small college.
True.
But Shaq, this guy can flat out play.
Man, great young combo guard. Offensively, he can do it all, Ernie.
He's a very tricky defender, meaning he's got long arms. He's able to reach in when you don't think he's able to get to basketballs. Dangerous on and off the ball.
You guys fun to watch, and that's it for us. Thanks for tuning in.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We are live, the home of the Trailblazers in beautiful Portland, Oregon. We're all set to bring you NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan along courtside with Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge on our sideline. Tonight, two teams that like to slow it down a little bit, playing that half-court ball. Brent, we don't get to see that as often as we kind of have in the past.
Well, and that's okay, Kevin, because coaches who have a roster that's full of guys who they feel like physically can take advantage of defenses wearing down, or they're looking at their opponent as somebody who's not really patient defensively and wants to play through a 24-second possession. Then if you slow it down, you might have more opportunities for post-ups, cuts, and late baskets because of defensive breakdown.
Coaches knowing what they've got to work with.
Well, you got to know your personnel.
Yep. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court for the Heat, Dragic and Waiters, they're the backcourt. Olynyk is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Adebayo in at the 5 spot. And now, here's Hazonia, defended by Butler. Nurkic setting the pick for Lillard. Knocks it loose. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Eric Spoelstra gave me a few minutes to catch up. He said that interior presence is #1 on their list defensively. Told me that they have to make it difficult inside and close out the passing lanes to prevent easy looks in the paint. We'll see if that works for him, Kevin.
Thank you, David.
Quick elevation for a 5. Makes him deadly on the interior, was Whiteside.
Raiders against McCollum. Shots good by Waiters.
I don't think he even saw the defender. It didn't matter. Waiters up to the challenge.
And Lillard kicks to Whiteside. It's McCollum on the wing. Whiteside a screen. Passes it to Nurkic. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
Terrific screen from Whiteside. Sometimes sacrificing your body and using your size on the pick will get your teammate open.
They set the pick. Waiters passes to Adebayo. He dishes it to Dragic. Waiters on the wing. 6 to shoot. Right side, Butler. And he makes that one.
Butler's just so skilled at finding ways to score inside. He utilizes his height and strength well and varies that release point.
And Kelly Olynyk is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here is Whiteside. Pass to Hazonia. Screen by Nurkic. And Portland again with the bucket.
Bit of a picture-perfect start here to this game. They've connected on all 3 looks.
Now here's Butler. Hazonia defending. Waiters outside. And there's the pass to Adebayo. And the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That is his first foul of the game. And Olynyk kicks to Waiters. Screen by Olynyk. Waiters gets room off the pick. And there's another one for the Heat.
Well, a little bit of help there from his friends. Waiters does a good job of rubbing his man off of that screen.
Nurkic a screen on Waiters. Here's McCollum. They get it again. Right side, good.
These guys are like dentists right now. 4 out of 5 recommending a made shot. You're in a great groove.
Dragic's the pass to Butler. To the inside. Nurkic with the steal. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. And Lillard kicks to Hazonia. Screen by Nurkic. And now here's Hazonia, defended by Butler. And it's Lillard missing. He'd have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game.
Well, this Heat organization has had such a great run of success under their owner, Mickey Arison, and what Pat Riley has done to pour the foundation of the culture around Miami. This is not a team that likes to throw away any chance to compete, or any season for that matter.
Oh, what a pass. And then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth. It's Dragic with the drive, and it's Miami with another.
Got to respect the mid-range play of Goran Dragic right there. The left-handed point guard strokes it well. Last season, the Blazers were at a bit of a crossroads, wondering if they should start over and make some major changes. Some rumblings at the trade deadline of maybe one of their diminutive guard positions might have been on the move, but they stayed with the group. But Terry Stotts did a remarkable job and made some slight changes to the game plan and got them to the 3rd seed.
Here's Dragic. Hassan Whiteside made his last basket. Here's Butler. No good off the back of the rim. For Portland, they've gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. A very solid start for them. And the basket by McCollum. With the core of Lillard and McCollum, not easy to break that up.
Well, as bad as the first round might have been for the Blazers last year in terms of getting swept, it's very unique to have that kind of skill in the backcourt and hard to give up on. It's a team that won 13 straight in 2018, so the talent is there. It's just about the pieces and establishing a new chemistry with those pieces that'll be imperative for the Blazers.
One of my favorite moves is the Euro step. I know it's one of yours as well. There are a lot of guys that can do it well.
Well, I got to see Manu Ginobili step around me for years in San Antonio. But I think James Harden is still the most devastating Euro step player we have in the game. There's something about the lefties, isn't there, Kevin? We have a hard time figuring
They
a
throw
lefty
you off.
out.
They throw you off automatically just by the left hand.
Right.
Then
And
they add the little sidestep.
James Harden with the shiftiness and the way he moves the ball around and draws contact. I know there are a lot of people that get aggravated by that, but he's nearly impossible to stop, especially when he's got his passport with the Euro step.
He slithers. And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Jusuf Nurkic, a free agent this past summer. A lot of big men, Brent, on the market, and he flew under the radar.
Well, this team knows maybe how good Nurkic can be because they see him in practice all the time. They're just looking for a little bit more consistency in terms of the effort from him. The next few seasons of his development was really going to be a critical part of Nurkic's career.
A different look now for Portland. Zach Collins checked in for Nurkic. Rodney Hood comes in for Hazonia. And it's Kent Bazemore in for C.J. McCollum. Foul on the play, basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
That floater is a thing of beauty, effective when it's used the right way.
Miami shooting their first free throw of the contest. one misses for Jones.
Well, this Heat team is a collection of a hodgepodge of players, just interesting combinations, guys who can switch all over the floor. But I think they're still trying to find out what their role is, who's going to end up stepping up to be the scorer that they lean on, and they try to be greater than the sum of their parts under Eric Spoelstra. Some nights they are.
And the Heat culture, not for everyone certainly, intense practices, a lot of preparation, demanding fitness standards. There's a lot to digest.
Well, Pat Riley is still around, isn't he, Kevin? So with that fact, Eric Spoelstra doesn't stray too far from what it is that brought Pat Riley a ton of success in Miami in setting up that culture and that sort of work mentality on a daily basis. You got to be tough and you got to be willing to work if you're in Miami.
And that one misses.
One of the areas where we've seen Whiteside improve is that free throw percentage. Much better than when he first came into the NBA.
Johnson sets the screen for Winslow to the inside. And it's Johnson. That time on the assist by Winslow. Johnson's got his first basket.
Johnson's mobility for a guy his size is something that can cause some problems for defenses. And he's working out of the pick and roll now.
Now here's Bazemore. There's a screen by Collins. Bazemore passes to Collins. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Bazemore misses.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
I think coaches right here are always talking about the extra pass. And a contested three is not your objective. One more, maybe.
Now, here's Lillard. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Johnson dishes to Butler. Johnson outside. Pass to Winslow. Screen by Jones. Winslow with it. Lillard picks him up. A nice shot by Winslow. Brent, as we take a look at lineups around the NBA, teams trying to go with 5 highly skilled players at once. Where does that leave the traditional big?
Well, most teams just don't have one now, Kevin. I mean, they're just not on the roster.
They're hard to find, yeah.
Well, they're hard to find, but there just aren't many out there. So a lot of teams just elect not to have one. And what we're seeing over the course of the last couple years is the matchups when all of a sudden a Whiteside is going to see a Drummond, or you're going to see all of a sudden Valanciunas play against DeAndre Jordan. It's usually because you have one, we'll play ours kind of mentality.
Josh Richardson, the 40th overall pick, Brent, back in 2015, a hardworking young player who's had a lot of good veteran mentors in this Miami Heat locker room.
Yeah, and he took advantage not only of what Dwayne Wade said to him, but the time that Dwayne Wade wasn't playing, he stepped in and seized an opportunity to get those minutes. He's had some scorching hot shooting numbers, too. His rookie year was phenomenal. And it came in and drew attention from guys from the three-point line, so looking to be consistent on that end.
Trailblazers trail by 5. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And there is a whistle. That'll go on Derek Jones. That's his first foul. There's a minute 34 left here in the opening quarter. With Kent Bazemore, Brent, a lot of what he brings on the defensive end starts with his length, a very large, long arm span.
Yeah, not a picnic for any guard that's trying to navigate around the length of Kent Bazemore. He's always had an impressive steal and block total as the seasons have gone on, and the ball handler doesn't ever feel quite comfortable with Baze around.
And he can't get the first one.
And Bazemore is an athletic player who continues to try to evolve his game. When he gets out into transition, that's when you're going to get Bazemore at his best.
And he sinks the second. 1:29 left to play in the first quarter. Winslow kicks to Leonard. Back to Winslow. Butler on the wing. Pass to Winslow. Hood against Jones. And they call an illegal screen here.
A little over-aggressive. He's got to dial it back if he wants to stay on the floor. 2 fouls in the first. Tough to overcome.
Trailblazers trail by 4. Pass to Tolliver. Collins, a screen on Johnson. Tolliver kicks to Collins. 58 seconds left here in the first quarter. And that one's good. Lillard.
Well, he's effective in the catch and shoot dating back to his college days. Lillard has brought that skill to the pros.
Johnson the screen. Down low. No good that time. Some solid defense from Lillard. For the 3. Rebound by the Heat.
Got to get out his compass and just try to find himself right now and get himself going.
Butler. And slam dunk by Butler.
And you got to like the power of Butler. Just a terrific athlete who throws it down when he can get close to the rim.
Now here's Lillard. Hood kicks to Tolliver. To the middle. Here's Lillard. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Lillard's got 5 now.
Lillard aggressive in this game so far. Awesome at finding different ways to attack close to the rim.
Leonard with a screen on Bazemore. Now the pass to Winslow. Over Collins. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. It's the Heat leading by a point. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Jimmy Butler, a hard worker on the floor and off the court as well, possesses a unique individuality.
I worked extremely hard to get where I am today, so whenever you walk to my house, you see a really big, some may call it obnoxious, boombox aquarium, but I love music. I don't really watch too much TV. It's always music, so it's just another thing to remind me, continue to be who you are, just as fish inside of it.
A boombox aquarium, huh? Points for originality, Greg.
Butler, not shy, breaking from convention, beats to the rhythm of his own drum.
And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
Love the pace they're playing with. Anytime you can get your offense going without the defense setting up, got a huge advantage.
Kent Bazemore is out there with Damian Lillard. And there's Anthony Tolliver. Then it's Collins. And it's Hood in at the 3 slot. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. And that one falls for Johnson.
Remember back in 2016, James Johnson signed a make-good contract with the Heat. He's transformed his body, going from about 274 to under 240. And in the following season, they rewarded him with a 4-year, $60 million deal.
And both free throws good for Johnson. And for James Johnson, losing all that weight seems to have unlocked his versatile, high-energy game, Greg.
Yeah, and this lower weight, Kevin, this guy's a wall of muscle. You combine that with the greater mobility, and now he possesses an athletic advantage most every night he takes the floor.
Now here's Johnson, following the miss by Rodney Hood. Johnson down low. Hands the shot with nobody near him. Johnson's got the lead up to 5 now for the Heat.
Impressive shooting touch from James Johnson. That's what the summer's for. Get your touch right. Deadly right here tonight.
And Bazemore kicks to Lillard. A three-pointer is right on target. Lillard's got 8 points.
Yeah, I think the scouting report says you got to chase him off the three-point line. Not a good job defensively there, but a great job by Lillard to knock it down.
Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And the sheer muscle from Butler. I mean, a solid finisher, even when he gets hit.
And Jimmy Butler's a very physical wing, as we know, Greg. Goes about 6'8", 240, and he can D-up almost any position.
And the strength to deal with forwards, the quickness to cover guards. Also, he uses that strength to attack the rim and get himself to the line.
Trailblazers trail by 5. And Lillard kicks to Collins. McCollum outside. No good from outside.
He really suffocated him there, guys. Just excellent work.
The last season, a strong one for the Portland Trailblazers. Actually came out on top of the Northwest Division.
Yep, snuck all the way up to that 3rd seed with the tight grouping in the Western Conference, and 4 teams in the division made the playoffs last year. 5 were in the race. Certainly was one of the toughest divisions in the league, and the Blazers ended up on top. And Zach Collins, the Gonzaga product, one that the Blazers moved up in the draft to acquire because they just felt he would be optimal in this kind of offense, especially playing alongside dynamic guards. And they brought him along slowly last year, and towards the end of the season showed great potential.
Here's Butler, up and in on the layup. 12 points for him.
And it's really easy to appreciate Butler. I mean, especially how he just fends off contact on those difficult attempts.
Tolliver the pass to McCollum. There's a screen by Collins. McCollum dishes to Bazemore. Off the pick. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. And with most players his size, it'll take some time. This team knows to be patient with Collins.
Yeah, 7-footer with the ability to shoot the ball. He's got to have some confidence in his role, which last year came along very slowly. The one thing that I've seen from Zach Collins, though, in his rookie campaign is he's not afraid of anything. Great moments in the playoffs and stepped up to compete.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
And Butler sends it back.
And the length of Butler can be a real problem. You've got to respect his reach. And this is a guy who can block shots from the wing. And Jimmy Butler, you know, something of a quirky character, has a ritual whenever he's at a grocery store of paying the person's bill behind him. Doesn't care if it's 99 cents or 2,000.
The Heat have only 1 missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
That's good from Johnson. And Butler never afraid to be a little bit different, listening to country music in the locker room, much to his teammates' chagrin.
And in the offseason, riding around in a van with a baby on board sticker, even though he's single with no kids. Remove the rearview mirror as a symbolic reminder to never look back. This guy's special.
That one misses.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Lillard misses.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Butler. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And Bam Adebayo, the 14th overall pick in 2017 out of Kentucky.
Yeah, his name seems to be pretty fitting, right? Like setting screens, bam, getting a dunk, bam. Tremendous athlete, and he can throw it down with some of the best power forwards in the game.
the first one at the line is good. Well, Brent, the Heat with an experienced front office and one of the best young coaches in the league in Eric Spoelstra.
Yeah, Spo has done a remarkable job. Tremendous amount of respect around the league for the way that Eric Spoelstra goes about his business, the way he handled the title runs and all those personalities and those dynamics. He has been fantastic and will coach in Miami for as long as he wants to. The way he goes about it is pride, work, and respect for anybody that walks through those locker room doors.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. Off the inbound. That's good, and the Heat lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Nurkic.
Well, few have more job security in the NBA than Terry Stotts. Consistently gets a ton out of his Portland Trail Blazer team. They run a very intricate and unique offense. Now in his 7th year with the Blazers, they've had a lot of success under Coach Stotts.
Here's McCollum after the made shot from Goran Dragic. Over Waiters, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. McCollum's got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, we've seen highlights of the deep threes, and we know he can get to the rim, but McCollum's mid-range game, well, that's something special. Impressive there.
Butler kicks to Dragic. And with Terry Stotts last year, there were some rumblings about his job after the sweep.
Might have been a bit of a knee-jerk reaction. Remember, Portland slid into that 3rd seed with how close it was in the Western Conference, and that might have added a bit more pressure. But Portland does not have a lot of flexibility with their roster. Somehow Terry Stotts gets to 50 wins in any given year. So it might have been a poor decision, and they saw through that, and he's back for this season.
And that one falls for Dragic. Goran Dragic started his career in Phoenix under the mentorship of Steve Nash.
Well, he still loves to push the pace and still loves to attack the paint. We'll see if he can be an effective player in his late 30s, the way that Steve Nash led his teams.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Whiteside's checked in, and Goran Dragic drops them both.
And while Dragic doesn't get to the free throw line all that often, when he does, he's usually pretty good.
Nurkic, the pass to McCollum. Screen by Nurkic. McCollum kicks to Nurkic. And it's blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. A three from McCollum.
This just doesn't seem to be his night, or his team's for that matter either. And they got to pull it together here quick, or it's going to be lights out.
The shot's good by Waiters.
It's a thing of beauty when it goes in. Waiters with his own style from deep.
Trailblazers trail by 10. Lillard against Dragic. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Nurkic a screen on Waiters. Drills it from outside. That's 7 points for C.J. McCollum.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
And he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
His body control is phenomenal, and his ability to get to the line has always been impressive. That's a huge part of his game.
And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. Screen by Nurkic. Pass to Azania. Whiteside, a screen on Butler. McCollum outside. For three. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Beautiful execution from him, building off a great first quarter, looking unstoppable here.
Timeout called, the Heat. McCollum, one of the best shooters in the NBA. Any range, Brent, any shot, he can knock it down.
Yeah, a little bit of a down year in 18 for Lillard, but the way that he can score and the efficiency with which he can score is just remarkable. I really like to watch the pace he plays with, Kevin. I mean, he finds spots on the floor to get to and has that length and kind of never sped up sort of mentality on the offensive end. Becomes very, very dangerous.
Jones checked in for Butler. And stolen by Whiteside. Puts it up from 12. Lillard misses.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Hassan Whiteside, a top 5 rebounder and shot blocker, and he led the league in both categories in recent years. One of the most formidable big men in the league.
Dragic against Lillard. Passes it to Whiteside. And now here's Hazonia. He's guarded closely. Nurkic, the pass to Hazonia. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2. Now with Whiteside, a great rim protector. Brent, how do you deal with him as an opposing team?
Well, the best thing you could do, Kevin, is pull him away from the basket. Don't let him sit in the restricted area. That means involving him in pick and rolls where your guards can get some momentum and get by him so that there's no rim protection around for you to get the finish.
Here's Lillard after the made shot from Goran Dragic. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Nurkic setting the pick for McCollum. Shoots from the high post. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
Yeah, this team would be in some bad shape, guys, if he wasn't scoring like this right now.
Olynyk, a screen on Lillard. Pass to Olynyk. Fires from deep. And the Heat, another 3.
And nice court vision from Dragic there to get a great look at the bucket.
Trailblazers trail by 10. McCollum passes to Nurkic. Lillard from outside. They get it again. And finished off by Nurkic.
Yeah, nice hustle from Nurkic to come up with the board and the bucket.
Miami leading by 8. Dragic kicks to Jones. The pass to Adebayo. Outside Dragic. Back to Adebayo.
That's a super play by Dragic, threading the needle perfectly off the screen.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. And Goran Dragic, a slippery lefty out of Slovenia.
At his peak, a phenomenal offensive player. He doesn't hit that peak every season, though. And now in his 30s, we'll see how long he can extend his prime.
Damian Lillard, a star in this league for several years now. Whether that's recognized by an all-star appearance or not, it doesn't matter. He has been elite at the point guard position. Just a dynamic scorer and one of the more lethal players in the NBA, hoping to push Portland further and further at some point in his career.
No good on the free throw. And with Lillard, he often can be forgotten about just because there are so many great guards in the NBA, Brent, in particular in the West.
Well, let's face it, he just missed out on a couple of seasons of representing the Portland Trail Blazers as a guard in the Western Conference because of the loaded Western Conference and how good the guards are. But regardless, there's no denying that Lillard is right up there as one of the elites in the league.
And offensively, they've done a great job here of staying in rhythm.
Well, they've been the better shooting team throughout the first half because of their patience and because of their shot selection.
Now here's McCollum. He's got 12. Nurkic in the post. Pass to Bazemore. From beyond the arc, it's Adebayo with the rebound.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
And what I like best is that he does it completely under control. Really gives the shooter nowhere to turn to.
Screen by Olynyk. Winslow, the pass to Waiters. Puts up a three. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Pass to Bazemore. And that's a foul called on Bam Adebayo. That is his first foul of the game. Five seconds left to play here in the half. Bazemore for three. Drains the three-pointer. Bazemore's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Trailblazers. And so it's the Miami Heat heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy, you have come a long way in this league. When you look at your career now versus when you came in, how different is it?
Much different. I think on the floor, I'm supposed to do a lot more on both ends of the floor. And off the floor, I think it's still the same. People recognize my hair.
Well, it is a unique style, Jimmy. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal at 2K Sports. Let's talk first half. Big time play throughout the first half for Jimmy Butler. He ended up with 17 points and 1 rebound. He has bounced back nicely from what was a tough night for him in their last game. Judging by that first half, he's back to his old self again. Let's hear from you, Shaq, on the Heat first half.
I think we really saw the evolution of Jimmy Butler. Over the years, his skills have caught up with his great athleticism in the prime of his career now, making this case of one of the best wings in the game.
And Kenny, what did you see from Portland?
I look at the lack of free throw attempts as a key indicator. Because the funny thing about getting to the charity stripe, you have to earn it. You have to put your body in harm's way and be physically willing to take the hit. Right now, one team's playing aggressively and the other team isn't. That's the big difference in the score.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks
Goodbye,
for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
Welcome back. Downtown Portland looking spectacular tonight from the air. Such a scenic location here in Oregon. The second half just about to get going here. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, and through 2 quarters, he's been lights out. And you know he's going to look to add to those totals.
And defensively, hard to force him out of the rhythm at this point because he has a number of ways with which he can beat you.
And here are the Heat now. They've led by as much as 10. Well, a lot to love about the Blazers' 2017-18 season, but it ended on a very sour note.
Well, they were a surprise third team in the West last year. It was so tightly grouped. Things shook out for Portland to end up with home court advantage, but eventually swept out of the playoffs by a Pelican team that just played at breakneck speed. So getting swept was really hard for the Blazers. They did a lot of good things last year, developed Zach Collins in the later part of the season. But we'll see this year if they make some changes in order to have something more dynamic that they can offer up.
And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. Dragic and Waiters, they're the backcourt. Adebayo is out there with Kelly Olynyk, and it's Butler in at the 3 spot. Free throw, good, Whiteside. If there's been a shortcoming for the Heat, Brent, it's at the offensive end.
The shooting percentages aren't bad, but it just feels like with their mismatch of talent, who is it that's going to step to the forefront and be the guy they rely on for consistent scoring? One thing you look at too, Kevin, they really don't get to the line all that much, and second chance points kind of hold them back. Now he's torching the D right now, hitting a high percentage of all the shots he's let fly.
Lillard against Dragic, and here's McCollum for 3, and another 3 for Portland.
I'm sure that's on the scouting report to not let him catch and shoot. With McCollum's marksmanship, that's easy money.
Last season, Damian Lillard continuing to put up big numbers. Took a while for him to find his groove, but he eventually got there.
Yeah, a lot of chatter last year about Lillard switching up his diet, going vegan for a little while, and then he switched back. Said he was losing a little bit too much in terms of his total body weight and felt like he needed to get some of that strength back.
Now here's Lillard. He's got 13. Lets the 3 fly. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Waiters dishes to Butler. There's the pick. Portland grabs the miss. Whiteside's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Down low, it's Hezonja in the corner for the lead. Waiters grabs the miss.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
And what I like best is that he does it completely under control. Really gives the shooter nowhere to turn to.
Kicks to Olynyk. Butler in the corner. Knocked away and stolen by Whiteside. Here's Lillard. And he hits it to tie the game up. Lillard's got the game tied up here for Portland.
Big time drive from Lillard, and the contact. He has the mindset just to slough it off.
For Miami, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Dragic the pass to Adebayo. Here's the screen. Outside Butler, and it's Hezonja with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Nurkic. Adebayo kicks to Olynyk. Good ball movement here by Miami. Olynyk sets a screen for Dragic. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. And here's Portland. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. Lillard, the pass to Whiteside. McCollum outside. A 3-pointer is right on target. Now it's a 3-point Trailblazer lead.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
The Heat trail by 3. Timeout called the Heat.
And we've seen just how incredible McCollum can be when he is feeling it. One of the few guards in the league who gets everything to fall when his shot is on. It's why he can just erupt with huge scoring nights at any given time.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Dragic kicks to Waiters. Pass to Butler. Screen by Olynyk. Looking to end the drought. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, how about the IQ on display there from Butler? When he gets a pick, he's incredibly effective at finding ways to get that shot off.
Now, here's Whiteside. 11 points in the game.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Waiters outside. Butler on the wing. And stolen by Hezonja. To the paint. Here's Lillard. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Lillard's got the lead up to 3 now for Portland.
Yeah, all night long he's just been on it. He's feeling it, and Lillard will start to call his own number in some of these sets.
And that one drops. And it's 9 points for Dion Waiters.
Well, Waiters and confidence, they go together pretty well.
Kelly Olynyk, a brand nice pickup for the Miami Heat, 4 years and $50 million.
Well, thinking about a floor spacing big man, they like what they saw out of Kelly Olynyk in his brief time with the Boston Celtics. He's still young, has a chance to grow, but his skill set as a big is still eye-popping.
Here's Dragic, following the score by Damian Lillard. And stolen by Lillard. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. And Hezonja gets it to go.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Dragic the pass to Waiters. Here's Adebayo. Now the pass to Butler. And Dragic has it in the corner. Shoots over Lillard. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss. Whiteside's got 6 rebounds now in the game. McCollum, no good.
I give the defense a C+ on that possession, but still, I'm sure he's upset he missed.
Dragic against Lillard. Waiters outside. Olynyk, a screen on McCollum. Here's Waiters. Miami no good on that time either. And Portland with the ball. They're on a 20-6 run. And Dion Waiters, midway through last season, finally had season-ending surgery on his left ankle. He had been trying to manage that injury since the season prior.
Yeah, and ended up losing out on a bonus of over $1 million, which was contingent on him playing 70 games. His play had fallen off, though, so quite possible he needed that surgery even before he suffered the setback.
The Heat trail by 8. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Now a timeout called by Miami.
Well, they've been turning that ball over way too much, and they really need to address this if they want to win this game. Huddle up, boys.
So for the Trailblazers, Zach Collins checked in for Tolliver. Rodney Hood comes in for Mario Hezonja. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Lillard. Now here's Leonard. Butler kicks to Winslow. Back to Butler. Pass to Johnson. And stolen by Whiteside. From 13. Bank shot. No good.
Yeah, the defense cannot afford to be that lazy. You got to be up on the shooters at all times, especially at the mid-range.
And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. Portland with the ball. Trailblazers leading by 8. Butler against Bazemore. McCollum outside. Whiteside a screen on Winslow. That pushes it to double digits. 20 points for C.J. McCollum.
And head coach Eric Spoelstra always looking for different perspectives, looking to tweak and change certain things and constantly learning. That's a growth mindset. We hear him talk about that a lot, and it's something that he encourages not only his staff to do, but his players as well.
Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Portland. So it's Miami now. It's a 10-point game. Jones, no luck. And Spoelstra assigns assistants to read books, attend clinics, and bring back reports. Always looking for new insights.
Yep, lots of paperwork on that Miami Heat coaching staff. They keep daily notes on everything from basketball to the big picture around the team. Stats, quotes, questions, all inspirational stuff. So anything they can draw a competitive advantage on or keep things positive, Spo's looking to do that.
Trailblazers leading by 7. Bazemore against Butler. Bazemore misses.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get the finish.
Here's Butler. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Yeah, there's a good indicator of Winslow and his feel for the game. I like how much he makes a concentrated effort to get the ball right there to the open man.
Now, here's Collins. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, and then the fear sets in that you're going to create driving lanes that could lead to easy buckets. This is not an easy fix.
That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Winslow. Winslow against McCollum. Collins passes to McCollum. And Bazemore kicks to Nurkic. Nurkic a screen on Winslow. Shoots from 12. And it's good. That bucket takes him to 9 for 14.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Passes it to Butler. And they pick up 2. Butler's got 6 in the quarter.
And he has been running circles around the defense, and it's a different playing field now with Butler being on.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trailblazers. What a quarter that saw them generate a great comeback effort and are now out in front with momentum behind them. And we'll be right back after this. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. Collins is the 4 with Nurkic in the middle. Kent Bazemore is out there with C.J. McCollum. And it's Hood in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Portland. There's the call on James Johnson. That's his third foul of the game. Nurkic in the post. He's covered by Leonard. And Nurkic gets it to go.
280 pounds. I think Nurkic is well within his means to score past contact.
Winslow kicks to Johnson. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
Well, Johnson's tenacity meter right now redlining. He loves taking the punishment and finishing through it.
Portland leading by 4. McCollum up top, covered by Winslow. Nurkic a screen on Winslow. McCollum against Winslow. Nurkic setting the pick for McCollum. Off target from outside. The Heat trail by 4. Butler against Bazemore. Butler kicks to Leonard. Bazemore against Butler. Back to Leonard from outside the arc. No good. Shot missing. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. And a wide open look for McCollum. Hits it from three-point range. McCollum's got 13 points here in the second half alone. Miami trailing. Pass to Jones. Johnson the screen. They set the pick. Jones kicks to Butler. Good from the moment it left his hand. That makes him 10 for 14.
You know, the way Butler handles himself in the paint, it really impressive. Just kind of out-muscles and outworks anything the defense throws at him.
Here's Hood, and it's sent back by Leonard.
There's some good commitment from Myers Leonard on defense there. Gets his hands up and swats that one away.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Johnson. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And Bazemore kicks to McCollum. They double him with Butler. Back to Bazemore. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
Bazemore wiry, and when he gets on the inside, I like where he finds the space to finish at the rim.
Butler on the wing. He's covered by Bazemore. And it's blocked.
Sensational coverage by Bazemore there. His length makes him a threat to always be able to block shots like that.
Out to the wing. Collins wide open. He fires. And another 3 for Portland.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
The Heat trail by 7. Johnson with a screen on McCollum. Winslow, the pass to Johnson. Over Collins. And there's Johnson. That's good on the assist by Winslow.
Well, right now, being effective on the offense, and when Johnson gets into this kind of rhythm, he's going to stay on the attack.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor, and these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery. Catching up on the changes for Portland. Whiteside's checked in for Zach Collins. Mario Hezonja comes in for Hood, and Lillard subbed in for C.J. McCollum. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. He was very adamant in the huddle. He said, don't let up now. Stay aggressive and do the things that have gotten us this far. We're almost there, guys.
There's a screen. Olynyk sets a screen for Dragic. Screen by Olynyk. And Whiteside sends it back.
As soon as Whiteside positions himself, he just spikes that one away. It's like he's playing beach volleyball.
Bazemore misses.
And listen, you can't design a play any better to get a look that good. Just couldn't knock it down.
The best players know that is going to happen, and you just can't let it get into your head. It's a shot that you want to take.
Now here's Winslow. Hazonia defending. And it's blocked by Whiteside. Bazemore with it. Now guarded by Dragic. Baseline J on the way. And again, it's Portland converting.
You might want to close a little faster to Bazemore, especially in the mid-range where he's been pretty consistent.
There's a good screen. Olynyk dishes to Dragic. And Olynyk kicks to Dragic. Shoots over Lillard. No good from Dragic. Trailblazers leading by 9. Lillard against Dragic. Bazemore passes to Lillard. Takes a 3. And another 3 for Portland.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Screen by Olynyk. Raiders against Bazemore. There's Dragic with the 3. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
Look, I checked the numbers, guys. We know he is great from out there. He made 1 in the first half. Now he has 1 so far in this half. Look out.
Three-pointer, Lillard buries the long-range jumper. Lillard's got the lead up to 12 now for Portland.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Dragic from outside. That's it, and he's 7 for 12 now in the game.
Now, the D has done a very poor job at contesting him from outside, guys. He's tearing into them right now, and they cannot stop him.
Hazonia on the wing. Covered by Winslow. Here's Nurkic. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
They are just killing them on the interior.
The Heat trail by 11. And Waiters kicks to Olynyk. Outside Dragic. And Whiteside sends it back. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside. The Trailblazers making a switch here. McCollum's checked in. Shot off the screen, and Whiteside sends it back. Stolen. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Lillard against Dragic, and the shot goes down. Dragic has got 21 in the game.
Well, we all know how confident Goran Dragic is when it comes to scoring inside. Nice shot selection there for him.
Nurkic kicks to McCollum. Screen by Nurkic. It's McCollum with the drive, and it's denied. Winslow with it to the middle. Olynyk the pass to Dragic, and it's in there. Dragic has got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Really looks to be in the zone here. His teammates should look to get him the ball as much as possible.
And the pass to Whiteside. And here's Nurkic. And here's McCollum for 3. Drains the three-pointer. And he has 28 points for the game.
That's a great read on the pick and roll by McCollum. The defender backing up leaves him no hope of affecting that shot.
Timeout called, the Heat. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Not sure what the defense is thinking, or if they are. They continue to let him shoot. That is bad defense.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, C.J. McCollum.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
This is as good a game as we've seen him play, and this crowd can't get enough of it. When he explodes like this, it becomes a special atmosphere in here. The Heat trail by 10. Dragic against Lillard. From 12 feet out, and it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Dragic. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
And the basket by McCollum.
That's just a solid screen from the big fella Nurkic there, which ultimately frees up some space for the shot.
And it's Dragic off the drive. Some solid defense from Lillard.
Well, the D did their job there. Excellent contest to alter the close ranger.
Waiters against McCollum. Over Waiters. Again, the Trailblazers score.
Nice job of using the screen to create some space. McCollum's so heady in that situation.
The Heat trail by 12. Dragic against Lillard. Screen by Olynyk. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by McCollum. He kicks it to Lillard. And that's a foul called on Bam Adebayo. And that'll be his third foul so far. .104 left in the game.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Trailblazers.
A few times this season, turnovers have cost them, but they really kept the ball under control.
They were both focused and relentless.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for C.J. McCollum.
They looked aggressive on the offensive end, and that compounded into lots of great opportunities that he capitalized on.
Here's Lillard. That one goes in. Lillard's got the lead up to 12 now for the Trailblazers.
And they've earned this one, showing an ability to dominate in front of their home crowd.
Yeah, tick-tock and not much time on the clock left. Double-digit lead and coming up roses.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the foul goes against Portland.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Olynyk. And so Olynyk nails both of them. Here's Lillard. They're in good position here to ride it out.
Certainly, if they just play smart, this game's over.
Count that one. Dragic has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Heat.
Awesome drive from Dragic there. Simply put it up and put it in.
Stolen by Waiters. Now the dish to Olynyk. Knocks down the 3.
And listen, if you're 7 foot and can shoot threes, there's a place for you in today's NBA. Olynyk has that rare combination.
Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6.
One of the big calling cards for Rodney Hood and why he can compete at this level is his athleticism. So as long as he believes in that, he can continue to make contributions to any team.
And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game. And the Heat call time here. They're trailing by 7. 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, this has been rough all the way around. I mean, coming in with high hopes and then just now trying to finish the best they can.
And I think that's exactly what we're going to see. Fight all the way through, even to the bitter end.
5 seconds left in the fourth. Raiders for 3. That one doesn't go. And so it's Portland winning this one. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
Well, I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Damian, it looks like this team's progress can be measured by your improvement at the defensive end. Did we see that tonight?
We made some mistakes like every other basketball team does, but I think we did a great job of making adjustments. We got a little more physical. We did a great job of that.
And that led to a big win, Damian. Thanks for your time, man. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.